Welcome back to Nick Lenz's movie review, episode number 109. What movie are we reviewing this time? Why, it's a sequel to Deadpool. Deadpool 2 came out last year. Yes, Ryan Reynolds reprised his role as frickin' Deadpool. Monica Bellucci reprised his role as Copycat. Blind Now's in here. They also brought back the taxi cab driver. I think that's it from the characters in the first film. This was noteworthy for the first ever live action appearances of several characters, one of whom happens to be frickin' Cable. Now, here's the funny thing about Cable. You see, there was about several different actors considered for this role before Josh Brolin took this part. As a matter of fact, this one came out 1 month prior to Avengers. It came out 1 month after Avengers Infinity War last year. Yeah, just by sheer coincidence. Yep. The other people who are for the role, people want to see play the character, even the studio wants to see this too, was Ron Perlman, Stephen Lang, and there was a guy from Friday Night Lights. That's what Tim Miller wanted. But that's mainly the reason why he left the project from what I heard. Those who are thinking, who's this sexy lady in the bottom? Why, that's Domino. When I first saw this picture, I'm like, okay, where's the chocolate white makeup? Well, despite the fact she doesn't have the chocolate makeup, at least she acts like frickin' Domino, which is quite nice. They at least let her retain her real name, which is Nina. High praise to the fact they actually did that. And they even kept her frickin' her powers, her good luck powers. Heck, there's even an Easter egg. Like, there's a reference to her creator, Rob Liefeld. Yeah, if you look at this cover, like, 3 Rob Liefeld characters appear on this cover, but these 3 are not the only Rob Liefeld characters appear in this very film. We also have freaking Shatterstar appearing here. Yes, Shatterstar, a guy who's a much more interesting character than he is in the movie. In the movie, he gets pretty much easier for like 2 scenes, and he's simply taken out like very quick. Like, oh my gosh, it is so quick. And the thing is, here's the weird thing about this character. Yeah, the fact that he pretty much, like, you have this thing where, with this character, he claims he's, like, better than anybody. Yeah, that's kind of similar to how he was portrayed in the comics, but he was simply just a teleporter, and I at least got to appreciate the fact they actually had Shatterstar wear his costume in the movie, which I was so happy with that. Didn't have that basically that boxer thing he had in his face, but at least he had the costume. Oh yeah, and X-Force for this movie. Yeah, here's the weird thing about X-Force. There was plans. Yeah, Fox had plans to do an X-Force movie, which has since been canceled. Yes, that was going to feature Cable, Wolverine, and like several other characters, including Deadpool. But my guess is because they appeared in this film, don't need to use X-Force. Yeah, they're basically wiped out of one mission. And I love the fact they actually have a drop plane. Yes, X-Force. But I'm thinking though, how the heck is Deadpool even paying for these guys? Oh yeah, Weasel's back here too. And I did talk to Fabian the Caesar, Deadpool's other creator. Yeah, I mean, but when people think of Deadpool's creators, the first person people think of is Rob Liefeld. Fabian the Caesar also created this character, and of course, well, he created Shatterstar. Now, he didn't create Cable. That was Liefeld created him along with Louise Simonson. Now, in the case of, I did speak to him about these characters. He loves Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool, and he thinks he does a great job with the character. He does think that Domino, the actress who plays Domino, which by the way, this actress was also in the Joker movie recently. Yeah, she was in Joker. Yeah, her name is, when she comes up here, her name is Zazie Beziz. I think that's the pronounced name. Yeah, she was also in the Joker film this year, which just recently surpassed Avengers Infinity War. That's something. Her character is absolutely fantastic in here. Though, the thing is, the only thing they don't bring from the comics is a romantic attraction to Cable. Yeah, there's nothing for that in this film at all. Oh yeah, and here's the thing. Now, Cable's past is that the reason why he is the way he is because of the mutant apocalypse. In this film, it's Fire Fist. Yes, Rusty Collins, who in this film is an overweight kid. And by the way, that's how the actor really does look. He is really that overweight. Yeah, he's from the film Hunt for the Wild People. I saw a clip of this on Hulu. Wasn't really interested in this film at all. It's filmed with him and Sam Neill. And apparently that's where they got the character. Now here's also something quite interesting. The Juggernaut is in this movie. Yes, the frickin' Juggernaut. It seems as though this film franchise is basically redeeming some characters from the X-Men films. Like in the last film, redeemed Deadpool. In this film, we redeemed frickin' Juggernaut because he actually looks like Juggernaut from comics, and not basically quoting an old YouTube clip where yeah. Here's the thing. This is the second time Juggernaut's been seen. At least this time he's CGI character. Last time was frickin' Vinnie Jones playing the character. One of two comic book based characters he's ever played in his career. Do you know who the other one is? Brick from Arrow. Yeah, he played him there too. Yep. And funny thing, he's also in a film with Stone Cold Steve Austin, a film called The Condemned. And I even told Cap Knots about this. The first time these two met, Capital Carnage, 1999. Yeah, this particular thing. I saw a review of this particular thing. It's a bizarre, like it's a very odd pay-per-view where Vince McMahon spends like half the pay-per-view when no matches going on just poking fun of the country. Yep, because he can. He's rich. Yep. Oh yeah, and what was Juggernaut's famous line he said in Last Stand? He says, "I'm the Juggernaut." I'm not gonna say it's a B word, B-I-T-C-H. I'm not gonna say what it is. Yeah, but this film, I even love the fact they even threw in a nod to Charles Xavier. It says so. Basically, Fire Fist, basically who works with Juggernaut, acts like his henchman. So you wear that thing to protect your head from your brother. He says, "Yep." By the way, the character's voiced by Ryan Reynolds as well. Film basically starts up. Deadpool returns on mission, comes home, basically to have some lovey-dovey with Vanessa, and then she's killed. Like less than 10 minutes in the movie by some other guy. So he doesn't do this later on in the movie. So he hangs out with the X-Men for a while, and he kind of becomes part of the X-Men because he's off of X because why not? And this even became about the first class X in this movie. I thought it was actually this film that actually did it. And so they go on a mission together to stop Fire Fist. Deadpool does something wrong, so he gets knocked out by Colossus and taken to a place called the Ice Box, where he runs into Black Tom Cassidy. You mean the guy who can talk to trees? Yeah. He's in this film for like one scene, and he's taken out pretty easily by the frickin' Juggernaut. Yeah. I mean, it would not be surprising if Jason Statham basically played the Juggernaut because he basically would be perfect for the character. I mean, it's Ray Bizzelli. Big, bulky guy, can beat people up, go through walls. Yeah, perfectly fine. Also, apparently, it's revealed that Rusty Collins is responsible for Cable's future. And Cable wants to kill this kid. Yep. So, what does Deadpool do? Form X-Force with Domino, great choice. Shatterstar, also great choice, because these two characters have associated with frickin' X-Force, along with a character named Bedlam, who was from the Age of Apocalypse series. We also have Peter and the Vanisher, played by, of all people, Brad Pitt. Never saw this guy in the movie. Yeah, that's the weird thing about the Vanisher. I mean, you have his first live action, and you don't even show the guy at all, because apparently his power is he can turn invisible in this film, even though that's not his powers in the comics. He's a teleporter. Yeah, that's simply put what the character is. He's a frickin' teleporter. I don't know why. Yeah, and of all, why the heck would they choose Brad Pitt to play the Vanisher? It's just as bizarre as Kevin Bacon playing Sebastian Shaw from First Class. This is so bizarre. And on their first mission together, all the team except for Deadpool and Domino are all killed. Eventually, at one point, Cable chops. Well, Deadpool gets chopped in half, though he later recruits had basically Cable work with him. They show Cable's future, which apparently his wife's name is Hope, which is probably named after the character in the comics, who is also named Hope. And he also has a little teddy bear on his waist. Yeah, that's a nod to actually, believe it or not, an old basically a Cable cover from like the mid 2000s. It was actually around 2010ish. Yeah, yeah, it was actually around late 2000s when he actually did this. We actually had teddy bear. He actually had strapped to his belt. He had this for a long time. Don't know what it is, but that was basically a nod to how he's portrayed in the comics. I at least got to praise the fact that Cable had his metal arm, which, if you ever see the trailer for this film, it is so hilarious. Like apparently the thing wasn't finished. Like Deadpool was like, hey, like he paused the trailer. He's like, hey, can we finish this guy's arm, please? And then resume. Yep, it's the metal arm. And I gotta say, it looks fantastic on him. He might not have the costume from the comics, but at least that he actually acts like freaking Cable. Thank you, Josh Brolin, for doing that because, well, it'd been stupid if he didn't. I mean, like, of all the that's one thing I praise about Deadpool films, is that these characters act like they do from the comic books. I mean, with the exception of Vanisher, most everybody's pretty much the same. Yeah, so they go stop Fire Fist, who's trying to burn down the Access Institute. Yes, a orphanage named after Mr. Sinister. By the way, he is nowhere in this movie at all. As a matter of fact, I thought he was considered to be in the third Wolverine film, but he was cut and replaced with Donald Pleasance. I'll talk about that later. Yep. And eventually, well, we also see that Negasonic Teenage Warhead's got a girlfriend named Yuko. Which Deadpool gets along great with. Yeah, and apparently half the time it seems as though that Negasonic Teenage Warhead is kind of embarrassed by this. That's what it seems like to me. Yeah, it seems like a bit of embarrassment, but she's happy to be in a relationship with this woman. Yeah. Now, do I have a problem with the fact that the character is a lesbian? No, not really, because they never really define the character's sexuality in the comics. Yep. Yeah, it's not really a big problem with me. Nope. And then eventually, Deadpool, Domino, Yuko, Negasonic Teenage Warhead, and Colossus go and beat up. Well, they even had they even had the Juggernaut versus Colossus, which yes, these two have fought in the comics many times. And no, Colossus never killed in the comics. The way he defeated him is so funny. He just pulled down his pants, and then he sticks an electric wire up his butt. Yeah, that's how he defeats the guy. And apparently it looks like it possibly killed him. I don't know. It's one of the most bizarre deaths I have ever seen in the film. A baggie and electrocution. Okay. Fine. Whatever. And eventually Rusty Collins is eventually stopped after, well, Cable goes back in time briefly. And at the end of the film, Deadpool gets his hands on Cable's time travel device. So he decides to do some time traveling. Oh boy. First thing he does, undoes death of his girlfriend. Check. Second thing he does, goes to X-Men Origins Wolverine and kill the stupid version of Deadpool. It's like, here comes the stitch mouth stupid Deadpool from X-Men Wolverine. Shoots thing in the head, and he's like telling Wolverine, like, don't worry, calm down, man. And apparently this is based on raw test footage. And at this, where does he go? He goes shoot Ryan Reynolds, who's holding the script for the Green Lantern film. Wow, it's like Ryan Reynolds can never let it go, the fact that he was in Green Lantern. Yeah. By the way, he, like I said in the last episode, he was not the problem with the film, it was the script. Yeah, shoots himself in the head, which I thought was so funny. Yeah, okay. But all in all, this of course is a great film to watch, and I do not recommend this for kids. No. And thank God when I saw this movie, we did not. My parents and I, my parents went to go see this with me. That there was no little kids seeing this movie because yes, Deadpool's funny. But here's the thing: you don't need to see this movie. If you want to see a superhero movie, fine. Go see Captain America: Winter Soldier or First Avenger. That's more appropriate to show than this. This is for adults. Yeah, this is adults only. Lucky enough, when these two films came out, I was already basically in my 20s. Yeah, when the first Deadpool film came out in 2016, I was 28. When this film came out last year, I had just turned 30, like 1 month before this film. Yep. Now, Deadpool's future is currently up in the air after Fox got bought out by Disney. Now, Kevin Feige wants to keep Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool because Deadpool makes money. Yeah, that was one thing people were worried about. Is Marvel going to keep Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool? According to Kevin Feige, he does want to keep him as Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool because these films made lots of money. So, no fall change the formula. And if you want to include these films in the MCU, yeah, it's perfect. I mean, in the case of the First Class era films, there's no way you can actually throw those into the MCU. Because in one X-Men film, Magneto dropped a frickin' stadium on the White House. You can't ignore that at all. But that's something else for another day. But yeah, what we're going to get Deadpool 2, a 9 out of 10. Really good film. Okay? So yeah, that's it for this particular review. I have roughly 2 more videos, at least 3 more videos I'm going to do. My next review is going to review the newest chapter of Black Butler. Okay? See you next view. Bye.